So the goal of this video is to take you from not being productive to being as productive as you can be and to maximize your full potential. So in today's video, I'm going to actually tell you how to beat procrastination, how to fight procrastination, or even if you're really finding it difficult to not procrastinate, to procrastinate, and find it, you can actually lower how you procrastinate, if you know what I mean. So stick around, grab your pen and paper, and let's get into it. The first thing that you can do to actually minimize or stop procrastination is to plan your day ahead. I like to do this by planning the night before. Now, this simply means that if it's tonight right now, I'm going to set for tomorrow and say my main tasks of the day are 1 2 3 1 2 3, or maybe it's just 1 2, or maybe it's just 1. Like, if what this basically means, what you want to include in this list is these are tasks that if you were to do nothing throughout the day and you were to do these tasks only, it would be a really successful day for you. You would call it a day. That's what I basically mean when I say plan your day before, the night before, so that when you wake up, you already know what you're gonna do. You're already in the motion, and if you have nothing to do, that's a subtle sign why you're also procrastinating, because you have nothing to do. You know what I mean? So let's find something to do, something to keep busy with. Because as humans, we're not designed to just, especially as men, we're not designed to just sit around and do nothing and just lazy around. You know what I mean? So the night before, plan for your day ahead. Set daily goals. Set these tasks that you're going to do just for that day. You don't have to be extravagant. They don't have to be many. Because one thing we like to do is to overwork ourselves. So you don't want them to be many, unless if you're forced, then yes, you can put many of them. But if you're not forced, then they don't have to be many. You can just put a few essentials that you need to do for that day, and that will be a very successful day. Second tip on how to beat procrastination is to make it hard to not procrastinate. Is to make it hard to procrastinate, not procrastinate. The second tip is to make it hard to procrastinate. Now you can achieve this by simply removing distractions. Taking time off the things that you won't move you closer to your goals. I think when it comes to procrastination, if we don't, it's really easy to procrastinate when we don't know what we are working towards. Like, look at this. It's easy to fall off the gym, to just go to the gym for 1 week and leave if you don't know what you're working towards. Are you looking to lose weight? Are you looking to gain muscle? You know what I mean? Are you going to keep fit? You know what I mean? So if you don't know what you're working on, it's really easy to procrastinate. So let's make it hard for ourselves to do so. Instead of all these things that we can put into place, like planning your day before and everything, because sometimes the thing is, as much as it's easy to do, it's easy to not do. You know what I mean? So by us making it easy to not do, it makes it easier to do. I don't know if you understand what I mean, but I'm sure you understand, right? We should actually make it harder to procrastinate. Then that ultimately makes it easy to not procrastinate. You know what I mean? So yeah, so you can actually make it harder to procrastinate by removing distractions. This means your phone. Check. You can do this by checking the screen time on your apps, checking the screen time on your phone and your app time, and how much time you use on average on your social media apps. Especially because that is a very key one, because when you're spending a lot of time on your phone and everything and on social media, comparing your life to someone you've seen on Instagram, that actually takes a lot from you, and that is actually wasting even more time by doing so. But when you're in the moment, we are not realizing it, because sometimes the content is that good. But I think that I'm not saying do not engage in social media and TikTok. That's not what I'm saying is use it strategically, use it to your advantage. I think I should do an entire video on this when it comes to social media and how we should use it and everything. But that's a different video for another day. What I simply mean is that you should be strategic on how you enter social media. This means you have to stop all the doom scrolling on TikTok and Instagram, watching all these people do all these things, especially if you are a creator yourself. Because if there's one thing I'm sure you've noticed yourself is that a lot of the people that you watch and consume and that have a lot of followers and a lot of influencers and all that, they themselves don't consume social media as much as you do. And what does that tell you? They create more than they consume. And if you're a creator yourself, especially, we should opt to create more than we do. I think I dwelled enough on this point, but the point is to remove all the distractions. Remove the constantly drinking with your friends if you have to. This is different for all of us. My distractions may not be the same as your distractions. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean when I say you should remove distractions, and only you know the distractions that I'm talking about in your life that you need to remove, so that it makes it harder to procrastinate and makes it even easier to not procrastinate. So we can actually achieve this by, removing, setting time limits on apps, limiting the time you spend with friends and just chilling around and talking about topics that lack substance, like sports or something like that. You can actually limit that. Take away time on the things that that are not being conducive to your life goals. That's if you have life goals. You know what I mean? But I know a lot of us do. So we should actually take the time off of that so that it can help us to not procrastinate. Because at the end of it, when you look at it like this, procrastination is simply not doing the thing you promised yourself that you're going to do. If I set a daily goal today today I'm going to upload a YouTube video. No, not even upload. I'm going to film a YouTube video at 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. This is my filming time. And when that time comes, I'm sitting on the couch on TV playing video games. I'm procrastinating. You know what I mean? And that actually deters me from my life goals, because if I'm not filming, if I'm not creating, if I'm not doing anything, how am I going to achieve my goal of having 1,000 subscribers? Of going to 200 subscribers and all that. Going to 100,000, going to 1 million, 10 million, 100 million. You know what I mean? If I'm not creating, how does that help you? This boils back to the thing that I said, that as much as it's easy to do, it's easy to not do. So by making it easy to not do, makes it easy to do. This, cutting down your TV, because I know TV consumes a lot of our time, also depending on what you watch on TV, by the way. But the point is, if you know deep down that this is actually distracting me, this is actually deterring me from my goals, then I don't think you should have a problem to remove it. Because a lot of times, why we might find it hard to remove it is that we're so emotionally connected to these things, and they feel good because they take less effort. You know what I mean? Because our brain likes things that take less effort. I think I should do a video as well on the brain. Yes, I should actually do a video on the brain. Comment down below if you want me to do a video on the brain. You know what I mean? You'll see what the title looks like if you're wondering. But the point is to make it easy to not procrastinate, and that will make it easy to procrastinate. That is the second tip of how to limit procrastination. So that brings us to the end of this video. I really hope that you like this video, and my goal with this video is to make sure that you don't procrastinate ever in a day in your life. And even when you do procrastinate, it doesn't have a huge impact. You know what I mean? So I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. More videos, more videos that you would like to see me film in future and all that. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, share with your friend that you know is a procrastinator. You know what I mean? Share it with yourself if you're procrastinating yourself. But hopefully with this video, you will never be a procrastinator again in your life. And I will see you next time.